Hey guys, how you doing? Coach Mitch here. Let's start off 2026 the right way. Let's get right into it. 5 reasons why people who take the CBP interview do not pass the first time. First thing I'll tell you, before we get to the 1 through 5, I gotta tell you overall, people think it's like about a charm offensive, right? Being very friendly, vigorous, hello, how are you, and things of that nature. They're thinking this because they're used to, and it's really, I understand this, they're used to the history of taking these civilian interviews where, the interviews right in front of you and you guys kind of have soft talk. It's not really hard at all, just more, it's more personality based, right? Hey, this guy seems pretty cool, he's pretty laid back. That's kind of how they judge you. CP interview is different. So the first thing is this, is that you got to understand what they're scoring. You need to understand how they're looking at you and what they're scoring. I don't mean points. I mean what they're scoring as far as you in this interview. The first one's going to be your judgment, how you deal with questions they're going to ask you and your judgment therein. Number two, in that same framework, is your integrity. Integrity is huge. When you wear that badge at the federal level, you got to be someone who they can trust to do the right thing, whether somebody's looking or not. And let's stay with integrity for a minute. Integrity means that because you're going to do the right thing, they trust you. Because when a federal officer does something wrong, say they let things go into the country, unfettered, undetected, say they're taking bribes, whatever, these have federal level, countrywide damage that can hurt the country, right? If one officer, one agent, let's say, 10 pounds of fentanyl come in, right, because they're getting bribed, it's a huge deal. So this is why they tell you they're looking for answers in your questions that are integrity filled, right? Number three, of course, is going to be stress management. The job of CBP, BP, they have their stress, right? And not every day, not every minute, but they have their stress. So they want to make sure you can handle stress as well at the federal level, LEO level, right? Because stress at your job is not the same as stress in law enforcement, right? There are two kinds of stresses, so just be prepared for that too. Last one I'll tell you about they're looking for too, this 1 through 5, is decision making. That's a big one. So in my coaching program, we review your decision making ability time and time again to make sure you understand what's coming at you. Number two is your verbiage. Who are you talking to? People miss this all the time. This is my 7th year, going to my 7th year doing this. 90.4% success rate. So I know what I'm talking about. You're going into these interviews and you're talking like who you are, and you're a civilian. So you're talking like a civilian in an interview that's for federal applicants going for law enforcement. That's a huge issue. Number two, you're giving these emotional stories, right? Overly emotional stories, and they get into personal stories. They don't want to hear that. It's not about that. It's how you handle certain situations. That's what it's all about. So you have to be careful of that. This one happens a lot, rambling. Rambling are people who never go through coaching, or most people who didn't go through coaching for help, because what happens, you're going to walk into an interview and you're going to get shocked by the questions coming at you. And what happens when you don't know what you're talking about, you either freeze up or you ramble, right? Most people ramble because they're searching for the answer in this nonsense they're saying, and you're boring the heck out of the interview panel. Some people freeze up, and that's when they know they failed, because they freeze up, they're not ready. Even if they practice with somebody, what are you practicing with? And number two, if someone's practicing with you, how do they know you're answering the question right? The right points in the question? They don't know. Thus, this causes the freezing up and the rambling, which causes what? 60.3% of you don't pass the first time. That's how that works. People misunderstand the CBP interview because they think it's like an interview, and it's not. It's really a layering on of structure. That's what it really is. You're answering questions in a structured way that is rigid, measured, and understood by those who are interviewing you. It's not really an interview. It's called an interview, but that's not how you deliver it, right? The interview you're going through is a predictive test. Now you're thinking, well, why predictive? Because they are trying to predict how you're going to behave in uniform right now. not post academy, not post get your badge, right now. And this is what I keep hammering through every time. People walk into these interviews, think it's going to be some civilian-based interview, not predictive-based, and it's going to be a lot of ha-ha, how are you, cool stuff. It's not. Federal level law, LE should tell you right there, okay, this is going to be serious business. So here's the crux of it all. To understand the key talking points, to understand how to get this through from my coaching program, you want to start with me about 2 weeks before your SI. The reason why we have to really deconstruct how you think and reconstruct it. It's like when you build a house, right? I tell all my clients this. The reason why everybody's program is individualized is because each person is an individual, right? So I have to personalize their answers to who they are and how they are. However, we start early though, about 2 weeks out. And we start to do this practice of judgment, practice of integrity, practice of procedure, practice of verbiage. It's practice, 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 practice. My clients get a recording. They get a transcript if they want. I do transcripts also for you as well in my packaging. They get to hear from an expert how to answer these questions, how to understand what they're asking you, how to understand how to be calm and reserved and give the right answer every time. Even if they don't know the definite 100% right question, they will know the right answer because my clients know how to navigate to get to the right answer. I want you guys to have a good start to 2026. To do that, I'm inviting you to go into my coaching program, link down below, get into my calendar, and we will get you started on your career. You take care. Bye-bye.